Researcher and Research Scholar at National Institute of Technology, Srinagar. Welcome back all of you to the SERB-sponsored high-end workshop on 5-axis CNC machine. Present session is going to be addressed by Professor Hafeezullah Khan. Professor Khan is currently retired from Senior Specialist Leader Development from Workforce Development Department for the Iron and Steel Company Al Jubail, Saudi Arab. Professor Khan has 15 years of experience on design, development and delivering CNC program using G codes, M codes, machining time estimation, surface hinge application and practical demonstrations, limit fit and tolerance and many more. Now I request Professor Khan to begin his lecture. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Dr. Saad Parvez available or he's not available?
Because so I'm here. I'm available, sir. I'm available. I'm listening to you, sir.
I cannot see your face. I need to see your face all the time.
I'm here, sir. I'm here. I'm with you.
So there are how many students? 27? There are 27 students. How many students available now? I can see only 27, right?
Can we tell them to open their videos? I would request them to mute and keep their videos open so that let's create an environment of a live session. That would be, more effective, and the resource person would interact with, because I know he's a person who wants to interact directly with the students.
Dr. Saad, I want to ask some few questions to the student. I cannot ask from the professor, but I am not professor. They are calling me professor, but I enjoy teaching. Believe me, I enjoy teaching. Whenever I visit some of my family friends, the students run away from their home. When I start asking few questions about, they run away. Dr. Dinesh is available. Dr. Saifullah alone.
Yes.
And I need to some student also, because if I ask, I cannot see any student.
I would, Dr. Dinesh.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can we ask the students to keep their videos open and they keep them on mute so that it's a live intersection kind of thing?
Okay, sir. I'm just requesting them. Arjun, can you please switch on your videos so that we'll have a live session running it together?
Tariq Ahmed.
Yeah.
Is a student? Tariq
Yes,
Ahmed is a student?
Yes, sir, I'm student.
Yes.
Which year student, Tariq?
I'm from Mechanical Engineering Department, MTech student, final year, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
before I start,
for your kind information, sir.
Yeah. Tariq Ahmed, I will ask first question. Simple question. You have seen drill? HSS drill?
Yes, sir.
What is the included angle in the drill?
I guess 6 degree.
No. See, a degree depends based on which. Normally, I will ask that you are machining steel. For rubber and leather, there are different angles. For steel, it is 118 degree.
Sir, we would have studied something now for plastic 60 degree, for when hardness keeps on increasing, 118 would be the include angle, it goes till 135, something like that.
But each student must remember normal angle is 118 degree, included angle. These are the basic. It means you did not see the drill. Right, Dr. Dinesh?
Actually, sir, mostly the classes are going online, so mostly they are studying the theory part. It's like for past 2 years.
Dinesh,
yeah.
Without practical knowledge, theory is useless.
Exactly. So that's why, sir, we want people like you to enlighten us more on theory practical more than theory. That's why we are hosting all this session for.
See, when HSS drill, when I was studying in IIT Madras in 1987, my professor, I remember his name, Dr. Philip, maybe expired now, he used to ask, have you seen golden color drill? golden color, there is a titanium nitride coating on the drill to increase the cutting speed and feed. Tariq, you should, when you go and see any drill, any tool, you must know the geometry of the tool before you can apply. Yes or no, Tariq?
Sure, sir. Yes.
Another simple question, because I can see only Tariq as a student, no other. What is the difference between drilling and milling? Just give me drilling machine and milling machine. What is the difference? This you cannot say no. No idea?
Sir, in drilling, we usually draw out the material where we
No.
intend to do.
I'm asking not the operation. I'm asking what is the difference between drill machine or milling machine and lathe machine? What is the difference?
Sir, in drilling machine, we use the drill bit for the operation. And in milling, there's a round cutter. There are some teeth through which we can do our required job.
Tariq, Dr. Dinesh, when you say in lathe machine, work is rotating, and in milling machine, tool is rotating. There is a big difference. In lathe machine, single point tool is cutting the material. In milling machine, multi-tool. All these basic, this is the academic point of view. If you don't know the difference, there is no harm when you write the program. But this is my title, my topic is academic. So I will talk something about academic point of view. Right, yeah, Dr. Dinesh?
Yes, sir.
This basic, when you see the machine, see what is rotating, what is not rotating, right? And make a list. Tariq, clear? My job is clear?
Yes, sir.
So let me start with CNC. In 1982, the CNC abbreviation, what we say, industry as an industry, we say in Hindi, chale ya na chale. CNC machine, that time it was very difficult to operate and run because the electronics was not up to that standard. So sometime it was running, sometime it is not running. So the abbreviation of CNC was chale na chale. You get my point? Chale na chale, it was called CNC. But later on, as a programmer, for CNC stand for Chamcha in Chief. You know Chamcha? Do you know Chamcha? Yeah, Dr. Dinesh.
Yes, sir.
If you are Chamcha you understand or no?
No, sir, I'm from Tamil Nadu, so I don't understand Hindi.
Chamcha means spoon feeding. If you say every time to the boss, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Okay.
Even your boss asks, daytime it is, he say night. Then you have to tell, I see the moon and star as well. In daytime your boss says, it is night. Then you have to tell, I am seeing the moon and star, though it is a daytime. This is called Chamcha. You understand,
Okay,
Dr. Dinesh?
Yes, sir, but now students are very clever and they are asking more question why it is day and night. So that's how we are facing things with today's students. It's not like when we studied, we were listening to our faculties like whatever they say without saying this. If they say 1 plus 1 is 3, we said yes sir, 1 plus 1 is 3. Now the students wants us to prove 1 plus 1 is 3, then I listen to you. So the generation changes.
Great. This is good, yeah. This is good. But now, why I say Chamcha, programmer, he utilize the machine based on his requirement. He can program the based on his requirement, the machine will move. Machine cannot deny his order. You get my point?
Exactly.
Programmer, he run the machine based on his requirement. Machine cannot deny. But if you make some mistake, there will be rejection of the job, there will be accident, so many things might happen. Machine will follow the instruction of the programmer. That is why I call CNC, computerized numerical control. This is the official definition, computerized numerical control. Machine is run by number. What are the number? Alphanumeric number. If I say X 500, this means X axis will move 500. You understand? Machine is run by alphanumeric number. This is the real definition, that Previously, I was telling, I was just joking to you. You should be live in the class. Yeah, Tariq. What is CNC?
Computer numerical control, sir.
Numerical control. Machine is run by the programmer based on his command, CNC. Earlier technology we called NC, numerical control also. Now it comes to CNC. In NC there was a paper tape, there were so many holes. There was a photo cell reader and machine was reading and running. That was a old tech. It was very difficult to maintain all those steps. Now computerized number, there is a memory available. All the cycle like linear interpolation, circular interpolation, drilling cycle, typing cycle, body, everything is stored in the computer. This is called computerized numerical cut. Okay. Now after CNC there is a DNC. You know DNC? Direct numerical control. You heard about it? In DNC, the supervisor of the shop, he has a PC. All the program is stored in his PC. And any operator he want new program, he will transfer on the machine. Whenever he finish the job, the edited program will come to the PC of the supervisor. So directly the supervisor is controlling all the machine in the shop. This is called DNC. You heard about, yeah, Dr. Dinesh, you heard about DNC? In Saudi Arabia, if you want to utilize this machine for DNC, a software is coming from Delhi. There is some, I know the address. You can convert your CNC in DNC very easily. You have to connect with the PC. So whatever job they are doing, you can store. And whenever you want to transfer the program to the machine, you can do it. This is called DNC. Okay. Now another technology is FMS, Flexible Manufacturing System. FMS, Flexible Manufacturing System. In flexible manufacturing system, you know, in your machine you have one table or two table. Dr. Dinesh, you heard about there is a twin table or only one table?
We have one table, sir, here.
Huh?
Yeah, one table.
Actually, see, normally this machine will coming with twin table. You know why? Because when your machine is running, machining the job, that time another job can be fixed, clamp and position for the next operation. Dr. Saad Parvez, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm listening to you. Very interesting. Very
No,
interesting.
why you ask for only one table? Yeah, doctor, don't take me negative. You should ask only two table.
You see, because two table, I think in industry that is more meaningful. But in academia, you know, in workshops where students are there, I think one is sufficient.
But when you are taking the job from the industry, he will not pay for the setting time. Because when you are clamping, dialing the job, all this takes time actually. So if you are in FMS, there are not two tables, there are only 17, 20 table available. When each table after machine, even some very accurate job is there. When roughing operation is there, so job is getting heated up. So all your positioning accuracy and everything is gone when you go for finishing. What you have to do? Take the job out, take outside, get it cooled, then do final finishing operation. Get my point, Dr. Saad? So when very accurate job, you have to stop machining.
Okay,
that time
that's true.
So that time you need another table. So in FMS, there are more than 10 tables available. And magazine, your the head director, he was telling something about what he was telling, mentioning the job, no? Dr. Sehgal. He was pointing out something very important point. So in that one, yeah, machining of the engine block. If you machine engine block, this requires minimum 3 setup. And it requires 200 tools. And your magazine capacity is 32 tools, right?
That's right, sir.
32 tools. So what you have to do, you have to arrange wooden table with the same bore size so that you can store extra tools. And you have to unload some tools from the magazine and you can run. So for FMS, you need bigger magazine. In FMS, even inspection, there is a probe. Have you purchased any probe for measuring the bores? Dr. Saab?
Yes, sir. I think we have a probe is there.
A probe for measuring the bore size. So-
That has come with the machine. Yeah, the company has provided a probe to us.
How many, one probe or many probes are there? Because normally student will damage the probe very fast. We used to damage in industry.
We have few
Okay.
probes are given by the company. We can in future we can procure some more probes.
Okay.
Sir,
Probe is-
actually, frankly speaking, that's the reason why we want you to enlighten us, because we are in academic are far away from industry, what is actually happening. So if you could give your input, like we could try to get things off.
This
What mean
probe
by-
is required. Sir, when you make machine, you should be fully confident that my job is as per the drawing requirement, drawing specification. So I am able to see now Sheikh Nazir Ahmad Saab, head of the, sir, we need your support because these facilities.
Yes, sir. I am with you. I am online.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your time, sir. Thank you for your time. See,
No, I-
some basic requirement.
I
Even
am dedicated for this job. I am
Tools are
dedicated for
very
this program.
It is ISO 50 taper, ISO 45. I don't know, Dr. Saab. When you buy the tools for the magazine, believe me, very expensive. Very expensive the tools. One milling, say 80 milling size, it will cost minimum maybe 30,000 rupees. One tool, 30,000 rupees. Dr. Saab?
Yes, sir.
So toolings are very expensive, and you should have all types of tool. For example, when you go milling, you should have milling HSS, you have carbide, even coated carbide for optimizing speed, feed, and depth of cut.
We do have that.
Huh? You have?
30 tools are there. The company
No,
has
no,
provided with the tools.
no. List of the tools, like when you go for milling, milling will start maybe 5 to 125 size. So, see, with CNC, we can minimize the tooling. And as a project engineer, your student, when they join any company, they will not go for as a programmer, they will go as a project engineer. So in project engineer, when they going to install some new machine, the ISO taper is very important. They cannot find different tables, otherwise tool inventory will be very high. You get my point? So only one CNC controls. For example, you have 840D Siemens. So whenever buy lathe machine, also you should buy 840D, so that maintenance become very easy. You should not buy Fanuc or Kongsberg or Allen Bradley. There are so many CNC control available in the industry, but you should have a direct one company like Siemens. You select to Siemens people from Germany, they can directly repair your CNC system. You get my point? Online,
Yes, sir.
online maintenance facility must be there in your machine as well. Suppose sometime your system is not working, believe me, it is very difficult to repair. Still, I remember one time we bring a KTM 760, we have a machining center from UK. The engineer came and 30 days he doesn't know what to do. 30 days. So now this facility is able, immediately you can contact like, your WhatsApp to the company and they will go inside the system, they can repair it. You can verify whether this facility you purchase or not. Dr. Saad Parvez, you have some idea?
Yeah, of course. There's a provision that any maintenance activity could be done through online mode
Online.
also. Yeah.
Online
So
mode,
that
yeah.
engine is there. So the operator is in touch with the German company whenever there is a problem. So we are through online mode. We are connected, and then we give our controls to the company, and they can take care
Great,
of
great,
it.
great. Yeah. Your industrial experience is now required. Many times in HMT we did not buy, so you have to call the service engineer from UK, and when from he drive from his home, he start charging the billing, start billing. So whenever your Akib Akib Saab, hello, when you join as a CNC faculty in any industry, you have to minimize the inventory, tool inventory. How to minimize? You have to minimize through taper, ISO 40. This ISO 50, ISO 45, I don't know, Saat Parvez. Your spindle taper, Dr. Saad,
Yeah, I'm not very sure
50.
about that. I'm not very sure about that.
So no, this is very important because this only one taper will suit in the spindle for automatic tool changing system. So your student, whenever they go for any project, they should have only one standard across the workshop. If they have ISO 50 or sometimes they call DIN 50, so they should buy all the machine spindle same taper to minimize the tool industry, tool inventory, because tools are very expensive, very expensive.
I think
Tools
it's
are
50 because the model is DMU 50. So most probably that
no,
50 signifies that
yes, sometimes they go for the your table size, sometimes they go for a spindle taper.
spindle taper. Yeah, yeah.
So so everybody should know what is the taper of the spindle, and taper is around 24 degree or something. This the all calculation will come in academic. Taper calculation, how it is self-holding taper, why it is called self-holding taper, it will come, all the calculation in come in your the student in their exam. Why this taper, what is the reason why they design this angle, this will be academic important. Okay, now I can talk to Akib Jargar or no?
Zargar, can you respond? Zargar, can you respond?
He can hear to hear me.
I think he can. That might be here. It is raining, sir. So there might be some internet connectivity.
Okay. See, normally I ask first the include an angle for drill 118 degree. Okay. This taper, as a programmer we calculate when the tool size is measured from the tip of the tool, okay, to the last, there will be a taper size. From there you have to measure the length of the tool. But when you drill, nobody wants only the tip. They want complete hole, open hole. So this 50, 118 degree, he has to calculate how much extra he has to machine. When you calculate extra how much he has to machine, he has to use trigonometry. So cotine, and half of the 18 will be 59 degree. He has to calculate, use cotine. It is company as a machinist, we know 0.3 into D. If it is 10 mm drill, you have to machine 3 mm extra. If it is 20 mm drill, you have to machine 6 mm extra. All the calculation, I think we can cover in the exam. He should know how we get 0.3D and different tools. He should know. Even for typing, he should know the pre-drill size before typing. You know typing? Tariq, what is typing? Hello? Tariq,
Sir?
what
Yes,
is
sir.
the typing operation? Hello?
I don't have any idea about this typing operation, sir.
See, when your hole anywhere, when you say there is a screw or bolt, no? There is a thread. When producing the thread, this operation is called typing. Before
Okay, sir.
you make typing, you have to drill it. So the drill is called pre-drill. All this will calculation you should know. And this is available in the engineering drawing. Dr. Dinesh, this some basic requirement for the tools like pre-drill size. When speed, feed, depth of cut, they should refer every time. So, who is good in machining in your workshop, Dr. Dinesh? Can you tell me his name so that I can talk to him directly? Irfan Siddiq. Dr. Dinesh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who remember some machining operation parameter?
Guys, you can respond because last semester I was handling you CNC, like we were doing some simulation as well.
So, anyone can respond, but I need to see their name so that I can talk to him directly. Because some basic calculation like they should know what is the cutting speed. From where they'll get the cutting speed for different tools. Irfan Sadiq, are you listening to me? Hello. So I think Tariq, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Tariq, tell me when you are drilling, what is with the HSS tool, which I told you 118 degree included, what is the cutting speed for the tool? Any idea? If you don't know, tell I never use.
No, sir. I have never used this, sir.
Okay, no problem. See, as a student, when I was a student, I was knowing nothing. Yeah. When you come to the industry, they will teach you everything, practical. When you do practical, you never forget.
Exactly.
Okay? When you come in the field, you will never forget all these things. So, HSS, you know HSS, are you HSS also material because you are number one. I have listened to presentation from Dr. Sehgal. What is HSS?
It's a high-speed tool, high-speed steel tool.
High speed steel. Why they call high speed?
Sir, I guess during because the tool rotates with a very high speed and it should have capacity to bear the temperature which is generated during frictions.
No, listen to me. This high speed, 1902, when we were using only high carbon steel for machining. When the high speed came, the machining speed was double. That time doubled. But now with the advent of the carbide coated tools, this is a low cutting speed now, HSS. When you use carbide tools, this is more than 5 times in HSS. From where you will get all the information, you have to refer the tool material. You have to refer the scientific catalog. I request Mr. Saad Parvez will provide because it's freely available. And there is a one catalog, Koro Key. Dr. Dinesh?
Yes, sir.
This is called Koro Key from the scientific. Small booklet available, which you can distribute each student. Small, maybe 100-page catalog is available for selecting the different tools, speed and feed. If you talk to Sandvik in Delhi, they can provide you free.
Okay, sir. We'll take your contact for you. Take your help for getting it, sir, because it will be useful for our students as well.
And they should keep it with them for lifelong. Yeah, believe me, I have.
Yeah, sure.
Still, I am using it. So the parameter cutting speed for milling, drilling, boring, reaming, some common and tapping. These are the most of the operation can be done on your 5-axis DMU 50. So the operation they should know is recommended cutting parameters. And in the test, Dr. Saad Parvez, they should ask those parameters. For example, for drill, HSS drill, the recommended cutting speed is from 20 to 30 meter per minute. They should not mistake with the unit. If they write meter per second, this will be disaster. And the cutting, how they calculate the RPM of the spindle, they should know the speed. There is a formula. RPM is equal to 320 V upon D. V is a cutting speed. Here we denote with the V. V is for velocity. And D is diameter of the tool. This formula, each one he should remember. How we get 320? If you divide 1000 by pi, you get around 318.63 something. No need to remember 318.16 or remember 320 so that calculation becomes simple. So Tariq and Irfan, they should note RPM is equal to 320 V upon D. V is cutting speed, cutting velocity. You know, physics, they will ask what is the difference between speed and feed. But in speed and velocity, one is vector, another is another one is called scalar quantity. But in the field, V for velocity for speed, there is no difference in workshop, in machine shop. But in physics exam, there is a big difference, right? So when you remember the formula, you remember the RPM is equal to 320 V upon D. For example, I ask you 10 mm drill. So, and cutting is 20. So RPM will come 640. When you go for 20 mm drill, so the RPM will be 320. Like this, it will come, keeps on reducing as the size of the diameter of the tool is big. And when you come for in the house drilling with 3 mm, 5 mm, the RPM goes 3000, 3004. Everybody has noticed, maybe if they repair some of the screws in the house or keyboard, the very high RPM used because size of the drill is very less. And if you go for your dented implant, the size of the drill is 1 mm and the RPM will be 100,000 RPM. So, but they are using the same formula. V is equal to, RPM is equal to 320 V upon D. So these are the academic, all the formula is from academic point of view. For milling, for lathe machine, for drilling, you should have separate formula and use it religiously. If you have any confusion, we can guide you. We can guide you anytime. So these are the, as an academic point of view, they should know the material also. Different material, harder material, you have to go for lower cutting speed. You will find the table for the different material, different cutting parameter. Saad Parvez Saab, hello.
Yes, sir. We are here. We're listening to you.
See, this chart, I think it will be available in the scientific catalog.
Definitely, sir. We will definitely get it. We have noted it down. And we are going to get it for all the students.
All they should have, and they should have their, in the lecture note, all the parameter, and they should be fully confident what they are using, how they are using, and where they are using. Anyone from, I can talk every time, Tariq also, he will become angry with me. I don't find any other.
Sir, I would request, please, the students who are attending the program, kindly respond. Okay. I request in the beginning, if you could kindly keep your videos open, that would be really wonderful, because it's a real learning from a person who is in industry for such a long and he's sharing such valuable things with us. So please respond, and that's the value addition. Otherwise, if you're not responding, then the whole, the taste of this workshop is not going to be good. So kindly, I would once again request the students who are here, 24, kindly respond. Please keep your videos open. Open your videos, please.
I want to talk to your gold medalist. Who is the gold medalist, Saad Parvez?
Well, sir, Yeah, they basically they are from research background. So we have masters level students and the PhD students. So who are doing research in production engineering and then who wants to use this machine. So
Okay.
anyone can respond, please. The
So,
students kindly come forward. Respond.
Irfan Sadiq is from research or Irfan Siddiq? Is that? So, now I said,
Students, yes, sir, you proceed, sir. As students have not turned offline yet, we don't have like complete control on them. As everyone is online, like you can just get at that, and most of the participants are going on. You please continue, sir. We'll just put all your queries. Like, sir, can I open my video? Yeah, you can. Here, everything is to explore something better.
we are just sharing. This is not the class. Okay. Okay. Who is Skype? What's your name?
Sir Fahad.
Fahad. That time when we were in Saudi Arabia, King Fahad was, King was King Fahad.
It is, sir.
Right? You know King Fahad or you don't know?
Yes, sir. Former king of Saudi Arabia.
Correct. Now, Fahad, tell me the difference between iron and steel. Because we are going to machine different type of steel. So you should know have basic. What is the difference between iron and
An
steel?
alloy of iron. When we take iron and sir, when we add carbon to iron, we make steel and various other metals.
Correct. Perfect answer. But
Make it
you have
more
some idea
durable.
how much percentage of carbon we add? You have any
Sir,
idea?
3 to 4%. 3 to 4%.
I think you know TT diagram. What is this called? Iron carbide diagram. You never seen the iron carbide diagram in physical.
He's from first year, sir. That's why. If you cross 3%, you will reach up like with cast iron. So once you reach more than things, it comes around 2 to 3, like 2.1%. That would be in the composition of steel. Sir, he's from first year. He'll be learning things soon.
But Alhamdulillah, he knows the difference at least. Iron and steel.
Agib, yeah, you can answer. Sir, Agib Zargar will be answering it. Yeah, Agib, you can proceed.
Sir, I think that it is 1.76% approximately.
See, 1.6.
Iron have less than 2%.
In Saad Parvez, he worked in Hadid for more than 4 years. Yeah, Saad Parvez.
2 years, sir.
2 years only. You know how much carbon we add? This is structural steel, 0.1%. If carbon goes 0.15, they cannot roll it in rolling mill because this is a structural steel. High carbon steel, maximum 2%. For the saving blade, what is the carbon percent? 2%. This is the highest percent. More than 2%, it becomes cast iron. In cast iron, you can go maximum 4.3. For this, you have to refer iron carbide diagram. And this, as a student, this iron carbide diagram is must. You should know, understand thoroughly. Because in machining, when you go for stainless steel and different type of material, the machining become more difficult. And one time we are doing some surface coating. We coated tungsten carbide on the shaft. That time we cannot grind also. So what we did, we bring diamond grinding wheels to grind the coated surface. So as a student, you should know little metallurgy as well. In first year, Fahad, you are studying metallurgy, right?
No, sir, mechanical engineering.
No, but in first year is common.
No, sir, first year we don't have basic metallurgy, sir. First year we don't have. In second year we have introduction to material science. We have a paper, engineering materials. Second year, not in first year, sir.
Okay, but this basic metallurgy, as a mechanical, they should know.
First year we have this common subjects, physics, chemistry, maths, everything comes in first year. So we have only engineering, drawing and engineering mechanics. So from second year, the core mechanical starts. So that's why like from...
Mechanic, there is no material science?
We do have, but in second year, sir.
Okay, second year. Yeah. Second year is
Yeah.
not common, right?
Yeah. I think third year students can answer. Third year students are there here. Like after directors are told, like most of the third year have joined here. So I think third year should have read with that engineering materials.
See, without material knowledge, you cannot machine it. Right? You should know the material. Then you can select the tools accordingly. And the cutting parameter will be also dependent upon the tool and material. So all the calculation depends upon there are other parameters as how long it is extended from the spindle. There are many more parameters. But basic is how much you are clamping on the table, how much it is extending. There are other parameters which will be depending upon the job. But as a common, you as a student, you should know the material. Then you select your cutting tool accordingly. Then you select the cutting parameter. Then calculate and prepare the CNC program. In CNC, when you are machining, then you can observe also while machining, if there is a vibration, there is a chattering on the job, you have to always reduce the cutting speed. So in real life, you are not going to learn from the professor. You will be learning from the operator of the machine as a CNC application engineer. If your operator cell tells you this program is danger and you have to reduce the speed feed based on his recommendation. So real life, when you join the industry, don't show that you are engineer where you have to learn from your operator as well to become a successful CNC application engineer. But you are saying you are more qualified, I have degree from NIT Srinagar. No, you have to be very cooperative to the shop employees, shop people, even if you are PhD, because the guy who is running on the machine, he run the machine 8 hours every day. Sometime overtime he runs 16 hours every day. So he knows the machine more than you. You cannot challenge him. So if he suggests something, you have to listen and accordingly you have to modify the program. Fahad, are you agree with me? Anybody not agree, he can stop me. In the shop floor, you cannot show that you are engineer from NIT Srinagar and I can challenge. No, in the real life, you have to be supportive, cooperative, helping, because your job is application engineer. When you are not there on the machine, the operator he run without your assistance. That is why I told you there is a twin table. He will load the job on the twin table, press, it is ready. Automatically go inside and machining will start. It is called sometime unmanned machining. In Japan, there are some industries. There is no one inside the company except security guard. Jobs comes loaded automatically, machine automatically inspected, clean, washed, packed, and goes from the industry. Everything done by CNC application. They call unmanned factories. And who has done this unmanned factories? Yeah, Fahad? Job loading, unloading, machining, inspection, washing, packing, everything done without human involvement. This is called unmanned factories.
Yes, sir. Unminded fact.
Unmanned. MANNED. Unmanned factory. There is no one working inside. Who is working? Your CNC program is working. I came after 24 years from the Saudi Arabia and I go to HMT. I find my program is still running. Same program, which I programmed in 1983. They are running same program. Because any modification, anything is not easy. Not easy. The guy writes the program, he knows everything. If you are not there, other people cannot. Because he has to go from the very beginning. Where is the reference point? Where is the X, Y, Z, all the calculation, where is the speed, feed, everything. In HMT, Dr. Saeg Ali said is close. It is still running. HMT is still running. When I was there, there were 1,500 people. Now there are 35 people. But company is running.
Now he was talking about the HMT in Srinagar. We had a watch factory HMT that has been closed.
Watch very difficult to compete. There is Chinese watches in 10 Riyal in Saudi Arabia. The same watch HMT is producing, manufacturing in 200 Riyal. Who will buy? Nobody can buy. But Titan is still working because they went to for jewelry section. You know that? They go for jewelry. They change their, from manufacturing you cannot compete. So they change their profile. Titan. You know Titan?
Yes, sir.
Titan is two words, TITN. TN is Tamil Nadu, TI is Tata Steel. There is a collaboration between Tata and Tamil Nadu government. They call Titan. So they change their profile. Sometimes manufacturing, machining, still you cannot compete in the workshop, in the world machining. So they change the profile, they go jewelry section. So let us go for CNC application. In CNC, when you go for every time straight path, Dr. Saad Parvez Saab.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We read in Quran Sirat al-Mustaqim, straight path, but in machining, if you machine anything in a straight path, this will hit the job and there will be a cutter mark. So
Definitely.
we go in a circular interpolation.
Circular interpolation.
Circular interpolation. Suppose you go straight, there will be a mark everywhere, cutter mark, and the inspector will reject your job. So every time you have to go in circular interpolation. So circular interpolation, if you are machining, you get a smooth surface. And for writing a there is a G2, G code, G2, G3. This will deal when we go for real programming. But as a common, every time you go in a circular mode. Circular mode, you will get a smooth surface in machining. But when you program for circular, you need start point, end point, and circle center. Circle center. Now with CAD-CAM, you have the CAD-CAM facility. No need to calculate all those things. But in manual programming, you need very strong mathematics. You have to solve this circle equation. Second order, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c. If you put 3 points, then you will get GFC. And when you say GFC, you can find the circle center. When you find the circle center, you can program start point, end point, and which circle center you can rotate. This is all academic point of view, very difficult calculation. If you calculate this, it will take 1 hour for 1 point. But if you have a CAD-CAM, Dr. Saad, which CAD-CAM you have? SolidWorks? SolidWorks?
Yes, SolidWorks. Yeah, we are. You see, we have given the proposal. The SolidWorks is about to come. I think it will take a few more weeks. So we are procuring the SolidWorks software.
But when they come, the SolidWorks, what you do? Let him prepare the program. Feed this program in your PC, and from PC ask him to transfer on the machine. He should not go without establishing, because when they go, they will display everything, but you cannot transfer on the machine.
Sure.
Can you go down, Sat?
Yeah.
So you can upgrade your machine. When you write in SolidWorks, the same program, you should not transfer through other system. You can transfer directly on the machine, wireless.
That's right.
Wireless. So you can little modify your scope of work, that when you write the program in SolidWorks, and the SolidWorks program should be directly readable to your 840D Siemens. Are you able to understand me, Dr. Saad Parvez?
Yes. Yes, sir. Definitely. That's right.
And when you write the program in the PC, you should simulate. When you simulate and put your machining dimension on the PC, like you said, X 650, right? Y was some 450 and Z was 390, something your job size was there. This parameter must be inside the your PC so that you should avoid any collision or accident on the machine. So when you run the simulation, all the cutting any collision will you can see in the PC. So before running the program, you must simulate it in your PC and transfer the edited program in the machine, and they can run freely. But when they run the machine, they should never start with auto mode. We call it block by block mode. There is a block by block. In block call, like sentence, each sentence or each command, the program must stop. So next, when you press the button start, the next will come. So he has to verify the program in block by block mode to avoid any accident. Even we already verified by simulation, but still there will be some mistake in the setting the tools. Suppose you ask 200 mm, but operator by mistake he put 300. Actually 300 and program is 200, so there will be a collision. How you can avoid? Machine must not run in auto mode in the first piece. It must run in block by block mode. Dr. Saad?
Ji sir.
Are you able to listen me?
Yeah. I'm listening.
The operating instruction, nobody should run the first program in auto mode.
Auto mode. So it has to be run through block by block mode. Yeah.
Block by block mode. Because auto mode, very danger. It will damage your machine. And even sometime he will damage, the operator will never tell. But your positioning accuracy, your repeatability will be lost. People hide all this information because nobody will be near the spindle. In Hadith, one guy he drilled whole machine table and tool go inside the floor. Can you imagine the situation? He went for tea and machine was running in auto mode. So this kind of accident, he has to follow the clear work instruction. We call operating. There will be operating procedure for machine. People must be trained how to operate the machine. And you have to take the signature also. Each student, he should read the operating instruction. That is, even for machining, sometimes you need coolant, sometimes you need lubricant, for which it should be written down, and the student must read and understand and sign the operating instruction. Somebody is not following operating instruction, you have a full power to give him D grade or fail grade or whatever. Safety is very important at workplace.
Definitely.
Safety instruction must be adhered for all and even you can instruct they must have safety shoes, safety glasses, and no loose clothing. Get my point? The operator or your student, they should not go near the machine with proper safety clothing. Because you are training the people for the industry. They have to follow the safety instruction. And who will write the safety instruction? You can take the help when the service engineer is coming from the company, from the DMU. You write, you can forward to me, get it updated. And there will be a supervisor in the shop. He should train each one on each machine safety parameter. People should not enter in the shop floor without PPE, proper PPE, personal protective equipment. Dr. Saad, you have this kind of culture or no?
Well, we have a workshop, a very dedicated workshop where students are generally not allowed to enter without PPE. But as far as this machine is concerned, it's fully covered, sir. When it runs, it's we cannot open the machine, so there's no chance of any chip coming out or any But the safety instructions which has been given by the company, we are following that instructions.
Great. Even in Hadid, we have around 27 CNC machining center. 27 now. When we were there were only maybe 4 or 5 that time. We have now
I know, I
27.
remember.
And huge machining center where X is 1000, 12 meter, 12,000. X is 12,000. Huge machine. It was costing 8 million Saudi Riyal that time. So each one he is observing each one. Nobody is allowed. Even GM is not allowed to enter without proper PP. You are right.
Can you say it again, sir? What is the maximum? What was the maximum axis available there?
X 12 meter. X 12 meter. Huge.
Okay.
And we get some job for X 20,000. Then we reject from Aramco. So there is a big requirement for higher capacity machine. But your machine is for automotive industry. This is the perfect size you have selected. You can machine the different type of gearboxes, engine blocks. But only problem, your magazine is little limited, not huge, little limited. So you have to increase the setup for machining the engine block. Otherwise, you can do all kind of gearboxes easily on this machine. So now, as a CNC application engineer, you should be perfect in trigonometry. When I was working in HMT, my boss, he was always get confused with sin theta and cos theta, so he cannot utilize. He cannot calculate perfectly. He said, in my academic, every time I get confused with sine and cosine. So sine and trigonometry must be perfect for all the students. Even when you calculate the spin taper, only the trigonometry is very important. When you calculate the drill tip and size of the hole, you need trigonometry. So trigonometry in the exam, Saad Parvez Saab, you should make test for the trigonometry. They
Definitely, ordinate geometry, trigonometry is very, very important for the students to understand.
Very important.
It's very important. No doubt in that.
And Fahad, I will ask one question with Fahad. 1 millimeter, how many micromillimeter we call micron in the shop?
So 10 power minus 4.
No. It's 1
So
mm
10
is
power minus
1,000. Not minus. Micron is very, very small. 1 milli is 1,000 micron. Right?
Yes, sir.
You have seen micrometer?
Yes, sir.
What is the least count for micrometer?
So I don't know, sir.
The instrument, vernier, micro.
It's 1/100th of a millimeter, I think.
Shabash, very good. Can you respond, sir?
Yeah, Arvina Pala. Thank you
Yes,
for your
it's-
reply. But listen to me. 1 micron, 1
0.01.
1,000 micron. And this micrometer is least count is how much? 0.01 mm. Means how many micron? 0.01 mm. You can check through your Google now.
Sir, it is 10 microns.
10 micron. Great, 10 micron. But it still called it micrometer. It least count is 10 micron, we call it micrometer. But there are tools available which can measure in 1 micron. There is a, CMM, coordinate measuring machine. The accuracy is 1 micron. If you go HL, now Hindustan Aeronautics, we find machining center with positioning accuracy 1 micron. Saad Parvez Saab, when you machine the aero profile, the positioning accuracy required 1 micron. Your machine is 6 micron.
Yeah, it's 6 micron.
Yeah, but in HL, there are many machines from with 1 micron accuracy. So students should not have any doubt in millimeter and micron. Otherwise,
Of
operator will
course.
laugh.
Of
They will say,
course, that's
from
right.
which college you came? This is an IT Srinagar problem.
Definitely, definitely.
Armina, now second question from you. If I say 1 millimeter, how many meter? Reply me.
It's 10 raised power minus 3 meters.
Perfect. Perfect reply. Perfect. 1 milli. Perfect. So how you are going to write? 0.001. Right? So the conversion must be perfect. All the student from NIT, they should not get confused. Believe me, Saad Parvez Saab, they
Ji
should
sir,
make
ji
a
sir.
test for them.
Definitely, definitely. So
Millimeter,
the
micron,
basics have to be very clear. The basic mathematics have to be very
very
clear.
clear.
Otherwise, the writing the programming and creating the coordinates, that would be very, very tough. So that is very important, sir. I think we would definitely do that. Whosoever is involved in the machine, his basic coordinate geometry, basic mathematics, the arithmetic should be very, very clear. The unit systems should be very, very clear.
And all the display will be in micron. Even machine is measuring in accuracy is 6 micron, but display will be in micron. When you go, we say x 500.000, it will be very clear. So those who are involved in CNC programming, their what they call this unit conversion must be perfect. Even when you machine any American job, they don't follow this meter MK system. They follow FPS, foot pound. So in the system, in the CNC control, there is a you change the code, everything will come inch and feet. But in Indian industry, they follow only MKS system. But if you get any American job, so you need not to calculate, just change the code. I remember it was G70 or G71 G code for millimeter to inches. Okay, so in India, you have to do everything in MTS. So all the conversion must be perfect. If you make any mistake, the job will be rejected. And when you bring job from outside, they will charge you. So unit must be very clear to all the student. Any doubt in reading or implementing the program is very, very important. Even in tolerances, I can ask from now, Fahad, you study much tolerances or no?
No, sir,
No.
not yet.
Arbina, you studied limit fit and tolerances? Yes or no?
Actually, we
Armina,
have in our upcoming semester, we have this topic, but we have not studied it deeply yet.
So Rupesh Kumar. Hello, Rupesh. I know
Yes, sir.
you study limit fit tolerances.
Sir, actually, I am not studied yet.
Without limit fit tolerances, thorough understanding. For example, if I say 10S7, dia 10S7 whole, if I write capital H or small h, there will be a big difference. Anyone who can reply me if I write 10H7? If H is small, what is it imply if H is capital? Tariq Bhai,
Yes,
any
sir. I think
idea?
it's for hole and shaft for
Which
capital
one
and
is
small.
whole? Which one is shaft?
So if I remember perfectly, capital is for hole,
Correct. Perfect. And small is for shaft. But
shaft.
but all the tolerances for shaft and hole will be different. So you have to refer again your chart. Limit fit tolerances chart. You have to refer it. I find I was working, the designer he make the mistake. And when the job was rejected, when we go there, in SABIC, Saudi Arabia Basic Industrial Corporation, they said I have to pay money from my budget to correct their mistake. So it is going to hire up for approval for they make the mistake. When you want to correct their drawing, they are asking money from us. So in industry, there are different system available now. They make the mistake long time ago. Maybe some British, American, they make the mistake, but if you want to correct it, I have to pay money. And the main mistake was small h or capital H. So in real life, as engineer, you should have a full confidence. What is small, what is h, what is the tolerances available for different size of the hole and different functional requirement. Okay, Sahab Parvez Sahab? Sahab.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
Limit height tolerances chart must be available for each one.
Of course, I think they study about it. We have a course. We have a course.
We have a course in upcoming semester, sir. The measurement is on upcoming semester, so we'll try to get some tolerance as well for them.
Definitely, I think the charts should be given to each student, and then so whatever instructions you have given us, whatever suggestions, we are noting it down, and definitely we'll get all the information, all the charts and booklets which you recommended. We'll give it to the students. That would be more appropriate, definitely.
I have one book, if you allow me. I have a German, what is the manufacturing technology. Give me 1 minute. I can show you in one book, everything is covered.
Yeah, you can buy them if it's available in the market. We can buy such books.
Yeah, you can suggest us, sir. Even we'll suggest the same book for our library too, so that even if students are not available, we can take it out.
Suggest the name of.
Can you give me 1 minute? I can show the book.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay. I search in my home and. I'm sorry for taking long time. I think, are you able to?
Sir, can you just read the book name and author name, sir, so that our students could note it off?
Okay. Mechanical and Metal Traders Handbook. Mechanical.
Sir, please give the name of author.
Traders Handbook. And there is no author. This is a German book. It is in English. Yes. What I'll do, I will forward to Saad Parvez and Dr. Dinesh this one.
A book with no author.
Yeah, sure, sir.
I think I already forwarded long time back, but maybe this book, everything is covered. All all parameter, speed, fit, everything. And this is not readily available. We bought it from
Okay.
Germany.
We will Xerox it for the students. We'll keep a copy in the library also. We can
Whatever
Xerox
I
the
said,
whole book.
everything available in this book.
Right, sir.
I will forward to you.
Sure,
And one
sure, sir.
book will cover, believe me, cover all the formula, machining, material, everything inside, limit, fit, tolerances, everything covered inside. And you cannot find
Excuse me,
better
sir.
book. Okay? So,
Would you please repeat the name of book?
okay, you can search. This is, Mechanical and Metal Traders Handbook. Are you able to read it? Because
Yes, sir, we got it.
you got it available?
Yes, sir,
Okay.
available on internet.
Internet, how much it cost?
1500 on Amazon.
300 rupees?
1500 on Amazon.
1500. It's available, great, because when we are searching in Saudi Arabia, we are not getting. I have many books, but this will not required for you. I have many books for CNC. It is Peter Smith. It is one of the best programming book. This Peter Smith, this is one of the best programming book. But as a reference, you must have this Mechanical and Metal Traders Handbook. Dr. Saad, believe me, if you arrange this one book, it will be sufficient for all your semester.
Definitely. Thank you so much for the recommendation. It is great, really. This is the real value addition which the students are going to take along with them.
When I return after retirement, still I keep this book.
So it's a Bible like of,
Yeah, this book, when you read it, believe me, read when I was telling you, speed, feed, depth of cut, everything available. Inside, I'll show you some pages, you will be surprised to know this book is, I'll show you some, I refer every time from this book, and this is a practical book. This is a practical book for using on your CNC machining center. For example, I'll show you this, your all the chart, limit, fit, everything available in tabular form. There is no theory, only tables. Machine
seems to
is
be a
covering
color.
all the color.
The print is colored, I think. Huh?
Yeah, colored.
It's a colored. Okay, that's really good. So the how would you share it with us? Like, is there any possibility of getting the soft copy? No.
Even hard copy was very difficult before we sent some.
So
But now,
we'll see. When you are coming to,
believe me, this book you should make available from say first year to all, maybe master degree or PhD holder. They should have this book, at least one book with them.
sure.
No need to
We'll
have all.
make it for them.
And this is not very, I don't know how many pages. So this pages, it is covering everything. And the real practical data available inside the book. And you cannot challenge this book because this is written by from the field. So they call Europa number 1910X. This is German people, they are using this book. So anyhow, we are lucky they have translated in English. So now we will back to our discussion. What time I can continue?
You can take 10-15 minutes, sir.
Sir, 10-15 minutes. I know you must be very tired, sir. You must be very tired. But really, it's a wonderful session which is going on, and I'm sure that a lot of value addition would have gone into the students.
And another topic, let me come, hardness. Harder material, what you have to do? You have to reduce the speed feed. But what is hardness? How you are going to test the hardness? Any
Brinell
idea?
hardness, Hawking hardness.
What is hardness? Akib,
Yes, sir.
what is hardness?
Sir, hardness means the amount of indentation caused by the indenter on the material.
No, you have to define. You are very close. This is resistance to indentation or resistance to scratch. Right? Harder material you cannot scratch. Right? You understand me?
So it is the resistance to deformation.
Not deformation. Deformation is different. Scratching is different. Indentation is different. Yeah. You should know. And what is the unit? Hardness unit?
Sir, it has no units.
How come?
Sir, HRR.
BHN.
See, these unit, when you
Different
graduate,
units, sir.
huh?
Sir, it has got different units. For example, if we will calculate it on Brinell hardness, it will be Brinell hardness.
BHN, they call BHN.
Yes, sir. Likewise, we have Rockwell hardness. And so many, sir, so many types of hardness. Yes, sir.
So, these conversion, as a student, you should be very clear. Operator in this floor, he doesn't know. What is the hardest material?
So, tungsten carbide, I think.
No. Hard.
Boron nitride. Boron nitride.
Diamond.
You know,
So, diamond.
Diamond is the hardest material available in the earth. What is the hardness? Which BH is not Rockwell? How much it will come? You should know this one. Even I don't remember. Normally in industry for steel, stainless steel, Rockwell we are getting around from 63 was the hardest material we machine. 63 HRC, very difficult. 53 HRC, very difficult to machine.
So, how does a diamond on the Mohs scale is 10?
10. So you have different scale for hardness, and we should know the hardness of steel, structure steel, stainless steel, carbon steel, all this hardness we should have a fair idea. So based on the hardness, we are selecting the proper tools. If very hard material is there, I told you one example, we cannot grind with tungsten carbide or aluminum oxide wheels, so we go for diamond wheels. But if there is a material harder than diamond, you cannot do anything. Then what you have to do? Maybe you have to heat the material, then you go for machining or whatever. You cannot do it. If something harder than diamond, you can. It is very difficult to machine. What they can do? They use another diamond. You know, there is a diamond dresser on each grinding machine. There is a diamond dresser.
Yes, yes,
You heard about it or no? Huh? And these are the artificial diamonds. There are not original diamond. Otherwise, there will be problem, theft problem in the industry. These are the artificial diamond.
Sir, can you say about that artificial diamond, sir? Because that is what we learned. Even we think like that is the hardest ever thing which is used for cutting everything. What would be the cost of that? If you are saying it's not the real diamond, then what is the material of that? And
the cost in Saudi Riyal, because one diamond dresser was costing around 500 Riyal. Now 500 Riyal was multiplied by 20. It will be 10,000. Small dresser.
Okay.
Like this it was. But you can refer. Suppose you want to buy the diamond dresser, now you can go quickly refer to the industry like Sandvik or Vidya in India. Vidya, there are other manufacturers you can directly refer and find out the price. And when you go for price, you should go for at least 2-3 vendors. Otherwise, you know, industry marketing people, they are very smart. So always you go for 2-3 suppliers, then you will get the proper quotes. When you join any company, you should not depend from the one company only. You should find their competitor and you tell that this is the price I am getting from Sandvik, how much you are going to offer. But In business, we have to optimize the machining cost. Any other question?
Yes, sir. That was like it was a great session. Guys, if you have any question, you can put forward.
Yes, you see, ultimately, I'm sure that there must be a lot of questions in your mind. So this is the right time. Such great personalities are very
No,
difficult
I'm
to get.
not great, yes,
All
sir. I'm just
Yes,
your.
So we can use wire EDM to cut.
please ask questions. जो
So
अगले
we
10
can use wire EDM. So
Yes, sir. Yeah.
can use wire EDM to cut the harder materials.
Correct.
Like
Medium, another alternate technology. This is not machining. Here you generate electrical spark and all those is a different technology. Even laser, you can machine with laser. But here we are dealing with the direct tool contact with the work material. So this is a different technology available. Still we can do laser machining. We can unconventional. That is called unconventional machining.
yes, sir, unconventional.
Yeah. Any other question?
Sir, can you please tell us about the broaching?
Broaching. You know, broaching, this, I don't know how many tools. In one stroke, you can machine the internal profile in one approach. But, you know, this very expensive tool available, and in any mistake, you will damage the tool. This for using mass production for internal profile machining. You can refer and see the broach. Broach is used for mass production.
Sir,
You
please
cannot
can you tell us
use
about the
for
geometry? Geometry of broach tool. Please can you tell us about the geometry of broach tool?
See, geometry of drill we don't know. See, simple thing. Geometry is, you know how many cutting, and in taper direction, you know how many tools and how many angle. So what you have to do, based on the job profile, you can select. No need to remember. Yeah, I cannot remember the broach geometry. I only remember there will be maybe 100 spiral tool and different angle, and one by one they are touching the job and machine in a very smooth operation. Use for mass production. You cannot use broaching tool for few jobs. Suppose you have 20 jobs, you cannot. When you have a 100 jobs, 1000 jobs in one setup, you go for broaching. Like even typing, geometry is very complicated. Type.
So it is used to create the slots, like keyways and all that.
Keyway, there is a slotting machine dedicated for each slot, but this slot can be machined. If you have mass production, you use broach, right? Otherwise,
Yes,
there is
sir.
a slotting machine. You can use slotting machine like shaper. You know shaper machine? You must
Yeah.
have in an IT shaper, because shaper was very old machine used for making the keyways. But the shaper in horizontal position, slotting is in vertical
Yes,
position.
sir.
Any other question?
Sir, I have one question. That we actually always talk about to reduce the cycle time.
Yes.
So, in order to reduce the cycle time, if we increase the feed rate or RPM or depth of cut, it will ultimately reduce the quality and increase the surface roughness. And at the same time, it will go for increasing the tool wear, due to which we need to change the tool frequently, which ultimately reduces the productivity.
You are absolutely correct. So what you have to do, see in this situation, for machining there will be so many sequence of operation, right?
Yes.
The sequence of operation which is taking maximum time, this is called ABC analysis in Saat Parveen Saab in industrial engineering.
जी सर, जी सर.
You have to list down all the operation which is taking maximum time.
Of course.
This maximum time, how you can reduce? Either you choose. I will give you one example. In work head K130 cylindrical grinding machine, there was one T slot, circular T slot, 22 into 9. We are using HSS T slot cutter. It was taking more than 55 minutes in one operation. And this 20 into 9 T slot cutter was not available in India with carbide. So we contact to Tumisumo Japan. They were manufacturing the T slot cutter of tungsten carbide. We purchase it from Japan. When we bring it here, the cycle time from 55 minutes it was reduced to 5 minutes. So you are mentioning speed, feed, depend upon the tool you should select. From 55 minutes it comes down to 5 minutes. When you are mentioning you increase speed, feed, this one choice you can go for better fixture, how to clamp the job more rigid on the table, then you can increase. But if you are increasing just like this, when you increase the speed, cutting speed, definitely tool life will come down. I told you Vt to the power n equal to C. So when you increase, life of the tool will come down. So every time you have to bargain in the manufacturing process. What you have to do? You have to reduce the cost of the machining. So sometimes you reduce the cycle, but replacement of tool, setting the tool, it will go adversely affect the machining time. You are absolutely right,
Yes.
but you have to go analyze. Definitely, you can find the real life. Everything and anything can be changed. In real life,
Yes, sir.
everything and anything can be changed. And machining I told your director, each one make program and each will have different sequence of operation, different cycle time. When you analyze deeply, you can minimize the machining time. And
So
I requested
if we go for just programming or in order to reduce the cycle time, but practically it will adversely affect the roughness and productivity.
no, roughness, you have to select the proper tool radius. There are so many other parameters. You have to select the tool radius. See, unless your inspector approve the job, this is useless. This is a scrap job,
Exactly.
right? But the time, you cannot go and play. You have to select and produce in batches. CNC machining is not for mass production, it is for batch
Batch
production.
production, flexible
Thi-
manufacturing.
Yeah, what are the batch size? Depends upon maybe 20, 30, maybe 50 maximum. You can do one or two pieces only for research. If there is a designer, he asks you to make research, then you can also use. But here, proving out time will be more. It will be not competitive time for manufacturing.
Thank you, sir.
Innovative job, you can take more time. But in production, in automotive industry, you have to go batch production. You have to select the proper tool, proper speed, fit, and you can challenge anyone.
We have what we call the process engineering. Is very very important. Process planning and control. So before
Yes.
a job is loaded on a machine or it goes to the shop floor, the process has to be planned. So we have maybe some of you can go as a process engineer. You can work in industry as a process engineer. You remember
Yeah, I remember this was the part.
Khan Sahab, I gave a
Yeah.
recommendation to Hadith management. So please take some process engineers because there was no process engineers. So they used to use thumb rule to load a job on a machine, and there was no proper planning. So production planning and control, PPC we call it. It's a very very important component where processes are planned, where jobs are planned first of all. Then are relevant machines, relevant tools, the operation routine card analysis are done, and then we have what operations have to be done. Step number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are determined by the process engineers, and then eventually it goes to the relevant machine. That's how we save time, and we optimize the time.
Correct. Great. Yeah, this is a part of the. So when you receive the process planning, in the part of the process planning is the CNC operation. So there is some bore. For example, he will leave for boring 0.3 mm, 0.4 mm. The roughing will be done on another machine. So as per process planning, you have to follow the process planning, and in process planning there will be inspection as well. So when the inspection is said your job is passed, then it will go another stage. This is part of the process planning, and CNC is a part of process.
Definitely. And you see, one thing I would not agree. Of course, the operator is, there, he is the most skilled worker. But, when there's a new job, when because of innovation, some new job has come. So the operator won't be able to determine what to do, how to do, what are the cutting parameters. So it's the process engineer who actually goes and writes down the sequence of operations. What should be the optimum sequence of operation, which machine, what are the parameters, feed rate, depth of cut. So all that is done by engineers like you, but you should have the complete knowledge, and then it goes to the operator. So once he gains the relevant experience curve, when he arrives at some experience curve, when he has those skills, he becomes the master of that job. Then another engineer who is exposed to that job, he's a new engineer, he doesn't know anything, as was pointed out by Mr. Hafeezullah Khan in the beginning. So, but process engineering is a very, very important component of any engineering program.
Dr. Saad, I worked from Optoelectronics, Raipur, Dehradun. This is a Russian company, and they are developing T-70 tank, right? So in their process planning, each job has a big file, maybe 200 pages, sequence of operation. In each sequence, they write the drawing also, what they have done in this, so that if you cannot read, you can read the drawing. It is in HMT, nobody can make like this, because you need so many draftsmen to write the sequence of operation with the sketch. But in Russian, they do it perfectly. When they write the sequence operation, they write attach the drawing as well.
That's right, sir.
Sir, I think with the use of software, we don't need to go for programming. Software automatically convert the 3D geometry into M codes and G codes.
This is available in your machine, but you have to feed your blank size, clamping location,
Okay.
all the geometry. All the geometry, you have to tell where is the hole, what is the coordinate for the hole. The system will ask. Then it will not ask like G1, G2, G3. No. System will automatically convert all the command in the G2 automatically. But the basic geometry, blank size, who will feed? Programmer.
Sir, what about this advanced version of CNC, sir, where we can scan the component directly and that will be generated into code? If I'm not wrong, Noor sir is speaking something about that scanner converter.
Correct. There is a system available now. They scan the job, they get all the geometry, and they can program. This available, and there is a CMM also available for inspection.
Exactly.
They scan the jobs coming. This advanced technology, but as an engineer.
But what do you feel like? What is that accuracy is as similar to what we have with human environment, or how do you say it, sir? Being from industry side, because
I have one experience. One guy came from scanner company. I asked him scan this job. Okay. When he scanned the job, he printed the drawing. I again asked the physical checkup. I find there is a big difference, around 20 micron difference in the scanning. So 20 micron you cannot use in the industry. So I asked him come again. He never came back. There is an inaccuracy available in the scanning. But inshallah, in future, the technology will come when the accuracy will be better.
Okay.
But what I have seen, I did not find the matching. For example, 6 micron in your machine is very highly accurate machine. You cannot get in scanning. If you scan, you can generate. You can generate the software, but there is issues like repeatability and this positioning accuracy. There is a still problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Because we just want to know, as you said, like 20 micron is the biggest flaw in industry. We thought like, okay, if it is going to be 1 or 2 mm, even like it is not going to have, because now, as you say, right now, like
they can do it very fast. They can do scan very fast in mm.
Yeah.
In your machine is not the 6 micron. Why they give? If you want by 10 micron, the price will be maybe 5 crore. It will come 4 crore. If you ask 20 micron, maybe 2 crore, you can get the same machine.
Okay. The precision really matters here then.
Yeah. Because the accuracy is very important in manufacturing.
Tolerance matters.
Guys, any other question from your side? Like, because whatever we teach is on our practical experience, what we have and what we learned. And here you have a person who has almost 30 years of experience with this machines, and whatever you can question, he'll be happy to answer everything. If you have any more queries, you can put forward.
Any queries? If the students have any queries, they can always email.
Otherwise, myself, do I ask you question? See, next class, whenever I'll ask question. A question is, say, we make sure you understand it. There is no fail. If you have any mistake, anything, then you cannot work on the machine. Machine is any mistake, you can kill the operator. In HMT Pinjore, one person was machined in 3 pieces. Three pieces. Any mistake, very dangerous. It can kill the operator.
Sir, where is this spider dye used in extrusion?
Hello?
Sir, where is this spider dye used in extrusion process?
Extrusion process is a different technology. It's not machining. Yeah. This extrusion.
Sir, where is this spider dye used? Where is this spider dye used?
I never do this one. Extrusion, this is used in like forging or some other industry. Believe me, this is not part of machining. My job was only machining.
Varga sir was completely expertise in machining, so if you have any queries from machining side, he will be able to answer. And what you are asking in extrusion, we have a professor from SVNET Surat. He'll be addressing on the day 4. You'll be getting all your queries cleared on extrusion on that day.
Sir, okay.
So I will say thank you everyone for giving me time and sharing this my experience, and we will be in touch. Any information, any detail not available, I will try to forward to Saad Parvez and Dr. Dinesh, because they will be directly in touch with you. I have so many information still available with me. I can share you all speed, feed, depth of hardness, everything. Surface finish, I did not talk surface finish. Okay? Everything I will be able to forward and share the information. Because sharing, always try to share the information. In machining, do not hide anything. If you hide anything, this is very dangerous. Share and help your colleagues. Sharing and helping, it is a part of the development of the society.
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir. Correct?
Okay, Dr. Dinesh, Dr. Saad Parvez. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such an informative and interesting session. Now we shall take break up to 2:30. Next session will be 5axis CNC machine training, which will be of module first. See you in next session after lunch break at 2:30 p.m.
Sir, I would suggest, sir, if you can also join at that time, because in the afternoon session we will be directly focusing on the machine. So you can have a look at the machine. The operator is there. Maybe he will learn from you, sir. The operator.
No issue.
Today they will be telling about the machine, the hardware part of it, the software part of it, how exactly the machine looks, what are the various parts of those machine, the components. That would be what he would be telling today. So in case you join, it will be a real value addition at that juncture also.
No issue, Dr. Saad.
Okay, thank you. You can just relax, take your lunch, and maybe at 2:30 the link is already with you. So if you are not resting or you are not busy with other things, you can join at any time.
Okay,
sir.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Dinesh. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.